Listen, I think Kirk is really good, and his numbers got better as the year went on. As the games were more meaningful, he stepped up. I think his quarterback rating in December was like 121. We know there's a little disparity on the road, whatever. But I just think that if they can pay him the $16 million or whatever it is for the franchise tag, and then have another full year of evaluation, they'll probably be more comfortable handling 80, 90, 100, whatever the number is, and commit long term. So I think it's a win-win. He gets paid for a year, right?
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
The tag's 19.7.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's going to be almost $20 million.
Okay.
See, to me, here's a kid that's been. Let's take the full picture of Kirk Cousins over this 4-year period.
Okay.
He's never complained one bit about his position. He's worked his rear end off. He's earned the respect of his teammates. He's earned the respect of his coaches. He's earned the respect of fans. Heck, they made a T-shirt up with his saying for the playoff game. I mean, that's he's really and now all of a sudden you're going to tag him and take the chance on him possibly getting hurt. And where are you? Where are you as a football team if at the end he basically says you can't franchise him again?
No, I know.
So now all of a sudden there's going to be still quite a few teams out there that are going to be looking for a quarterback, a fifth-year guy who has another year of experience. I think it costs you more in a year than it would if you signed a deal somewhere between $80 and $100 million.
Yeah, that's the Joe Flacco lesson, to your point.
That's the thing.
And Joe Flacco hasn't really paid off.
No, and Joe had a great run in the playoffs. Joe's played well towards the end of years. Now they're going, coordinator changes have taken place in Baltimore, and it's a commitment of a lot of money, but that's what the market will bear. I mean, are they worth it? I think you're worth whatever you can get, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I would love to see Kirk get signed. It would take away a lot of questions. It would take a lot of doubt away. It would, I think, create some stability at a position that has been so unstable for so many years in Washington. And it's, Kirk's sort of the guy that has unified a lot of people, a lot of forces, the front office, the coaching staff, the players, the fans. Everybody is behind Kirk, and they want him to be the guy. He's earned it. They want him to be the guy. Now, if you franchise him, if he decides, hey, look, it's not enough money, that's one thing. But if you franchise him and the negotiations continue to not move forward, it leaves an uncomfortable question for every press conference as the year goes on.
Kurt, you're down that way. Do you know Kurt at all?
Yes, I do.
Does he reach out to you?
Well.
Does he reach out to you for advice on some of these things, how to deal with the organization? Obviously, it's different than when ownership when you were there.
No, but it doesn't change player relationships, Tiki. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, the economics have changed, but the relationships still don't change. I'm sure he has a terrific agent. Kurt's a very quiet guy. I mean, he breaks his life down into 15-minute segments. And I said once to him, I said, I can't imagine your wife is absolutely thrilled with you breaking your life into 15-minute segments all the time.
You got 15 minutes, honey. You got 15 minutes, and I got to go to the next thing.
You're on the clock, sweets. I got to get on to the next thing. It's like, wow. But
Joe, sometimes everybody needs a quickie. Come on,
I thought a quickie was 5.
Talking to Joe Theismann with us here on Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio.
The other quarterback situation, free agent, it's approaching, deals with the Super Bowl winning quarterback. Not Peyton Manning, but Brock Osweiler. And when we look at that situation out there, they're holding off talks in respect to Peyton Manning. Peyton's not coming back to Denver. He needs to retire. He needs to retire. But is Brock the guy? Do you think Brock is the guy for Denver? Because it seems like he's not going to be pressed to be a superstar.
No, I know the quarterback position is funny. When people talk about, well, this guy's a manager, that guy, every one of us have been managers of football. That's it. That's who we are. We're managers. And Peyton was a classic example. He wasn't going to make the kind of mistakes that Cam made in that game. Cam was trying to make plays, and that game, Cam didn't lose that football game. That's the thing that he thought it was all about him at the end, and it wasn't. It was about his team. His defense played darn near as well as Denver's in that football game. There were two great defensive teams. It was a question of who was going to make more mistakes. Denver had one offensive drive of 4 yards for a touchdown. That was it.
Yeah.
But I think Brock is the guy. I think they've invested time in him. It's a system. Gary's now in his second year. Brock will be in his second year in the system. They'll add some players. They have to sign Vaughn. Obviously, I think that's an important part of it. Their defense is always going to be pretty darn good. It was pretty good a year ago. It was great this past year and spectacular in the playoffs. So, they lost 4 football games. People don't, you got to remember they lost 4 football games. It's not like they were undefeated.
Yeah.
They were unbelievable in the playoffs. But yeah, I think Brock is the kind of guy. But I'll ask the same question again, Teak. If you don't sign Brock, where are you going?
Yeah.
What's on the market that's available to you?
Agreed.
Got to always answer that question. No, I hear you, Joe.
There.
Joe, I wanted to run this by you quick because we're up against with the update here, but I got to get your thoughts. And specific to RG3 here, we all remember the press conference last November when Jay just eviscerated him. I mean, really put him on blast in a matter we don't see very often. The most basic components of playing the position, Jay basically said he can't do. How has he improved without playing? How is he different?
It's great. And, Robert continued to work on his game after practice. I give him a lot of credit. He handled this very difficult year with a lot of class. It's time for him to go someplace to get a fresh start, to get a new start, but he still has to continue to work on being a good pocket passer. That's the only way you have longevity in this game.